Really not sure what to make of this. From the Daily Mail, swift justice for influencer who filmed herself calling for Elon Musk's murder and boasted about not paying taxes. Like, why would you, who, this doesn't make any sense. A U.S. attorney has honed in on an influencer who called for Elon Musk's assassination while making a bold admission about paying taxes. Social media creator Sarah C. Roberts shared a video to TikTok where she targeted the billionaire's life before boasting about how she skipped taxes for the past 8 years. The controversial video garnered immense attention, including from Musk and acting U.S. Attorney Ed Martin of the District of Columbia, who vowed to take action against Roberts. Though the influencer's account has since been deactivated, libs of TikTok reposted a recording of the video on X Monday. In the clip, Roberts says, quote, "I promised myself I would avoid the news, but obviously I haven't," Roberts said in the film as she filmed herself. "Here's my one thought. I have many thoughts. Elon Musk." She then mentioned the Tesla CEO by name and made the hand gesture appearing to reference slashing a throat. "We need to X him," she said. And by X, I mean formerly known as assassination. Roberts then began to mumble in a whispered tone as she spoke of the FBI claiming that the department would never show up to catch her. Is that so? This is, we got to get into why these, liberals are going nuts. Quote, "Arrest me. You don't have enough people to even investigate me at this point. I haven't filled my taxes in like 8 years, and yet no one's come for me," Roberts said with a grin and a smirk. "So I'm going to effing say it. Let's assassinate some mother effers," she concluded the video. Musk, who is now White House senior advisor tasked with overlooking DOJ, joined the voices sharing their dismay in the comments. Quote, "Death threats and admission of multiple counts of tax fraud," he wrote, while also tagging U.S. Attorney Ed Martin to the thread. Martin later responded from his X account, resharing the libs of TikTok viral clip. "Duly noted," quote, "duly noted," Martin wrote on the platform. "Thanks for letting us know. We'll put you in the system. Talk soon. Ma'am, no one is above the law." Musk and DOJ's efforts to reduce government waste have continued to capture the headlines as Democrats and government workers are protesting it in the streets about the cuts. This is what's going on, do you think, in her mind? Why would she do this? Well, number one, she wants the affirmation. She didn't do it because she didn't want the video to go viral. She wanted the video to go viral. She didn't do it because she didn't want it to be in the news. She did it because she wanted to catch fire. She wanted to be in the headlines. But when you go on a platform and call for the assassination of really a government official in his official capacity, I guess she figured, I'm taking matters into my own hands. So we need to start assassinating mother effers. It's like, what's happening here? Like, why does she, what is going on in her mind? Because there's something else going on here. Look at this. This is from the New York Times. The happiness gap between left and right isn't closing. You mean there's a happiness gap between the left and the right? Huh. Well, I wonder what this is about. Why is it that a substantial body of social sciences research finds that conservatives are happier than liberals? The partial answer: Those on the right are less likely to be angry or upset by social and economic inequities, believing that the system rewards those who work hard, that hierarchies are part of the natural order of things, and that market outcomes are fundamentally fair. Those on the left stand in opposition to each of those assessments of the social order, prompting frustration and discontent with the world around them. The happiness gap has been with us for the last 50 years, and most research seeking to explain it has focused on conservatives. More recently, however, psychologists and other social scientists have begun to dig deeper into the underpinning of the liberal discontent, not only unhappiness, but also depression and other measures of dissatisfaction. Because I say, here's the thing. When she says, conservatives believe we're less angry about, social and economic inequalities, believing that the system rewards those who work hard. But the liberal believes that they're merely puppets, that there are people, there are unseen forces, causing them, heartache and pain. And here's what's crazy. I believe the same thing, that there is an unseen force that is really directing my life. It's God. That's how I see it. And so I rest in complete satisfaction that God is just. He's not fair, but God is just. You see, and here's the thing, and I believe this is why liberals continually push that equity narrative, because they have convinced people that life has to be fair. In order for you to have what you're supposed to have, life must be fair. And so you have people like Kamala and Biden and all of these other far leftists like, AOC and Rashida Tlaib. Everything has to be equitable. It's like, no, it doesn't. That's an illusion. That's like the pot of gold at the end of every rainbow. It's nonsense. It's utter nonsense. And here's the thing. When you have someone like, and let's just use Kamala Harris, well, she's going to make everything equitable. Well, the very fact that she is going to enforce everything being the same, everybody gets the same, and the outcome will be the same for everyone, in and of that is violating the very fundamental fairness you swore you were going to enact. Because why do you get to dole out equity? Why aren't I the one doling out equity? What made you so special? The very fact that someone has to dole out the equity lets you know it's an illusion. It's a construct. It's vapor. It doesn't exist. Well, I guess vapor can exist, but momentarily. You understand what I'm saying? Like the very fact that someone has to enforce this. Well, that's why we have the Constitution. We have laws. That's why we boast about being a constitutional republic. That the rule of rule of law. And I guess they don't believe that. They believe that there is this cabal of invisible people that control their lives. And it makes them very, very dissatisfied. And so they call for, remember the guy who he killed that insurance, it was the CEO of a big insurance company. And just ask yourself, what happened? I mean, once he assassinates this guy, calling attention to insurance and the fraud and the blah, blah, blah. What happened with insurance? I mean, what actually happened? I mean, what was the end result? I'll tell you, nothing. What he actually accomplished was you just took a dad away from the family. You made sure that his kids will grow up without a dad. That's what you actually accomplished. I'm talking practically. You didn't change anything. I guess this woman believes that all she has to do is get rid of Elon Musk and somehow, some way her life will be better. It's the oddest thing ever. You know, I was very I did not like the fact that Joe Biden was in the White House because I knew how horrible he would be. He was a horrible senator. He would be a horrible president. But never at any point did I think about doing harm to him or his surrogates. I mean, never occurred to me. Why is it that this is so prevalent on the left? It's because they believe life is supposed to be fair. Even Jesus said, life isn't fair. Okay, this is how he put it. It rains on the just and the unjust. God gives sunlight to the just and the unjust. It rains on the just and the unjust. Life isn't fair. And most of us can handle when, bad things happen to bad people. We can deal with that. We can even deal with bad things happening to good people. We can deal with that. What really bugs us is when good things happen to bad people. That's what really bugs us. And we grapple with that. And most people do. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think. Is just like when you don't have God, you don't have a savior, you think that your life is just being tossed to and fro on the whims of some invisible cabal. Yeah, that would be very disconcerting. You'd be depressed, man. Unless the unseen entity is a loving God who wants the best for you. Am I reading too much into this? You let me know. All right, that's it for now. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe. And if you're following me on Rumble, please press that follow button. And until the next time, God bless.